Assalamu alaikum, dear student. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi zidni ilma. Dear student, first of all, I'm going to revise the TS of leaf. That what are the layers that are present inside the leaf? If we look into the transverse section of a lamina of a leaf, we can see the epidermal layer, which is epidermal tissue, whose function is to protect. The epidermal layer is provided with the cuticle, which is a waxy layer, and because of this waxy layer cuticle, the leaf looks like shiny in the sunlight, and it is protective in function. After the epidermal layer comes the mesophyll cells. Mesophyll cells are the sort of a type of brown tissue, and there are two types of brown tissue in it: palisade cells and the spongy mesophyll cells. Palisade cells are provided with chloroplast. More and more chloroplast are there to perform the function of photosynthesis, while the spongy mesophyll are also provided with the chloroplast that contains the chlorophyll, but but they are less in quantity than with respect to the palisade cells. In the spongy mesophyll, there are intercellular spaces so that lots of carbon dioxide can be diffuses inside the cells of the mesophyll layer. And after the spongy mesophyll, this is the lower epidermis, in which small opening called stoma are present. These are the pore. These are small pore, and they are surrounded by two guard cells. And because of the presence of stomata, the lower layer of the leaf appears to be very rough. If we look into the surface view of the lower epidermis, we can see lots of stomata there in the lower epidermis. Now, what is the structure of guard cells or the stoma, and how they are different with the epidermal cells? The stoma are present in the epidermal layer, and they are different from the epidermal layer, cells. Like that, the epidermal cells are rectangular in shape or irregular in shape, while these guard cells are bean shaped. Then these guard cells contain the chloroplast, while the epidermal cells do not contain the chloroplast. And hence the guard cells can take part in the process of photosynthesis, and they can produce sugar. And the other function is that they are helpful in the transport of gases as well, in and out of the cell. So when they are open, carbon dioxide enters inside the cell, and oxygen is given out, and they are closed as well. What happened, according to one theory, these guard cells are in these guard cells, the potassium concentration increases, and because of this increase in the potassium ions, the water potential inside the guard cells decreases, as a result of which the water inside the cell started to move from the different cells finally to the guard cells. And because of this transport of water, these guard cells become turgid, and because more and more they become turgid, the more or more curved they become. You can see, because the curved structure of this guard cells, the stomatal pore is open, and when this water is lost in the environment, these guard cells become flaccid, and hence the stomatal pore is closed. So what happened at night? The sugar is used up by the plant, by the leaf, and by the leaves, by the guard cells of the leaf as well. And because of it, there is less availability of water, and because of it, it becomes flaccid, and finally the pore closes. In this way, it reduces the amount of water to be lost from the body of the plant. Now, how the carbon dioxide enters inside the leaf? It enters through the stomata. You can see the entry of the carbon dioxide through stomata inside the intercellular spaces of spongy mesophyll cell. So what happened when during the daytime? What happened? The carbon dioxide present in the leaf is absorbed by the leaf in the process of photosynthesis. This creates a concentration gradient inside the leaf, and finally, because of this concentration gradient, which decreases inside the leaf, allows the carbon dioxide to enter inside the leaf. We know that in the process of diffusion, what happens? The substance move from the higher concentration towards a lower concentration. So that's how the carbon dioxide move inside the leaf towards the lower concentration, and that's how the carbon dioxide enters inside the leaf, and the mesophyll cells used it in the process of photosynthesis. And the other thing, how the water enter inside the leaf, it is through the veins of the leaf, which ends up in the mesophyll layer of the leaf. And these veins form the vascular bundle. You can see these cells which are marked red are the xylem cells, which are responsible for the transportation of food and minerals, while the lower cells, the phloem cells, which are responsible for the transportation of food, and they are known as phloem cells. The xylem transport water to the leaf, while the phloem transport food to the leaf and to the other parts of the plant body where it is required.